Hello, everyone. We're on part 4 of 4. We're going to complete the Asteroids game, creating a health bar. So, getting started with that, we need to create our health bar class. And then within that, we are going to need to design our health bar. So, going to create a method to allow our health bar to update. So we need to set the image that we have, which is nothing really, just a blank green foot, as a new green foot image. And within our API, we are in our world. There is the green foot image API. And there's different things that you're able to build within this. Okay, the one we're going to do is this one right here. Create an image with the given string drawn as text. Actually, no, that's not the one we're going to do. We're going to create an empty transparent image with specified size. The counter, we created this green foot image, giving text and foreground and background color. So we are going to be doing just a width and a height, so that we can create our red bar that we're going to have. And so within that, we can go into our health bar, and we are going to have a number here that we don't have quite yet. So let's go ahead and create these variables that we can create so that we can have our health happen. So first, we create a variable for our overall health. You can have this start out at whatever number, depends on your game, but this is how many times you're going to get hit. And then we're going to need to do the actual width of the health bar. And so this is where we're building the number of pixels our health bar is going to be. And then we are going to need to also do the height of our health bar. That's obviously going to be smaller than the width if you're making a horizontal health bar. If you're making a vertical one, feel free to do the height. You're just going to have to interchange some things. And then we're going to need to know how many pixels or how much the width, the red, is going to go down from our health bar every time you lose health. And so that is obviously 1/20th of the 80 width needs to go down, right? So we're going to talk about pixels per health point, and we'll set it equal to health bar width divided by health. Okay, and so the size of the image that we're creating is actually going to be 2 pixels bigger than the width and 2 pixels bigger than the height. And I'll tell you why that is in one moment. So health bar width +2, height +2. Okay, and then we can set the color of the image. And so there is both in the Greenfoot image code. Let's go back here. There is both a draw different shapes, draw line, draw this, draw that, draw rectangle is what we're going to do because that's the shape of our health bar. And that's going to be white, and then we're going to do a fill rectangle, and that's going to be red. So the reason we did +2 is because we want the rectangle to have 1 pixel that is drawn around the edge. So we want space for that 1 pixel on the left side and 1 pixel on the right side. So that's a total of 2 pixels that we want it larger, 2 pixels larger than the health bar width, which will be what's in red, and the health bar height, which is what's in red. The +2 is for each side for the what's in white. So we are going to do get our image that we've just kind of created, the size of it at least, and we're going to set color to what we're creating. Okay. Now, if you are in an older version of Greenfoot and anything before 3.0, you will need to do import java.awt.color. Okay. Now, the newer versions of Greenfoot have phased this out, so it automatically is imported into Greenfoot. So you don't need to import specifics on color. But if you are seeing an error there, it is probably due to whether you are importing color or not. Okay, so now we have set color, so we are preparing to draw the next thing. So you have to set the color first, and then now we'll do the draw rectangle. And where are we starting it? Well, we're starting it at 0, 0. So this will be the bottom or the top left corner, let's say, but this is just one of the corners that we're starting it at. And then where are we ending it at? Well, health bar width +1. Okay. And health bar height +1. And once again, this is because the rectangle is 1 pixel, so we have given one pixel before we start the health bar, and then 1 pixel after we at the end of the health bar for this rectangle we're going to draw. So if I compile this and I create a constructor, with update inside of the constructor, I can add in a health bar and it'll look like this. I will have my health bar drawn on and we will be ready to throw our red health bar, fill it up, and this is what it'll look like when we are out of health and we lose. So let's draw the health bar, the inside of the health bar. So we need to set color to red. Now you can always change the colors. And so we're setting the color, and then we're doing a fill rectangle. And now, since the 1 pixel of the drawing is at 0, 0, we're going to start ours at 1, 1, and then it's just going to be health bar width, and then it's health bar height. Now that would draw us the rectangle originally, but we want this, the width of it, to change based off of what our health is. Okay? So right here, we are doing health bar divided by health. So we're going to use our pixels per health point. And we are actually going to replace this with pixels per health point. But if we just did 80 and divided it by 20, that would only equal 4. We need to take our current health and multiply it by pixels per health point, so that when health is 20, pixels per health point will be 4, and it'll keep changing as health goes down. The health will change. So this will be 20 times 4, so it'll be 80, this width of the world, and then 19 times 4, then 18 times 4, 17, as your health goes down. Okay, so now we plug in, we have a full health bar here. If you want to change the size of your health bar, you can change this to 180 Change this to 30. Now we got a much larger health bar. Okay, make it the size you want it. I'm going to keep mine to 1080. Okay. Now, similar to our counter, we need to save the world or add the object in. But then once we save the world, we are going into my world, and you will see health bar gets relocated if you move it, which I did. So I'm actually just gonna cut and paste it to make sure it's in the spot I want it to be. Remove the set location, and then just like the counter, how we were gonna have to access information outside of the world, we are going to need to cut, paste this up here so we can access information. We're going to need to create a getter method so that our health bar can communicate with other objects, other actors in the world. And I'll break that down a little bit more right now. So we have our counter, our main player, our health bar, our projectiles, our rocks. Okay, so if I have a rock hit the main player, well, where is the code actually happening? In the ship. So maybe this would be better called the ship. Okay, main ship. Okay, if I want to communicate, I need to do the get health bar method that allows information to go from the health bar to the world. Okay, and allows the ship to access, because the ship can only access information through the world. They cannot access information between the actors. So by doing the get health bar, the main ship can access information through the world. Okay, and the reason you do get world and other, like if I'm adding an object, so in our, let's say in our ship, when we add our projectile, we do this get world. That's accessing the documentation of just the documentation of the Greenfoot world, the code in the documentation where it says add object. Okay, it's accessing this. This is getting accessed, and this is all of this code is specific to our world, and it's accessing information of these actors in the world. So that's why when we go into our projectile, and when we hit an object, we go through my world, we specify the world we're wanting to access, we specify what class, what actor we're trying to access, the counter, and we're doing the get counter method, and then we're accessing the add score method in our counter by going through the world. So the reason I changed this is to prove that you could have literally any name of variable on this and it'll work. You can have W, you could have my world, okay? But this is just this name is just renaming the information in here. And then you go through the counter and you can do counter.addScore. So you go through the world. Let's put this side by side. You go from your counter in this situation, and you go, and you're now with your get counter, you're able to access information from the counter, and the projectile can go into the world and access that ++ from your counter class, the add score. that add score method. So if you go into your counter, what method are we accessing? The add score method. That's in our counter class. Okay, so it's going through my world. And in my world, you can do public counter, get counter. And the projectile is adding score. Now we're doing that with the health bar. So when our ship, we're going to need to do a hit enemy or hit rocks command. Okay, so public void hit rocks. Okay, and now since I don't want to add all of these rocks in, I'm going to actually create a new subclass that's going to be all rocks. And then rocks will extend, and hopefully this doesn't mess up something else I've put in there. All rocks. Good. Debris extends all rocks. Debris 2 extends all rocks. Okay, so now if our ship hits, if is touching all rocks dot class, this will get all of the rocks information, and you'll be able to access any of these if any of these hit it. So then we can go to our my world, and you can do access the my world. So if you use the same kind of code that's in your projectile, so it's going to be accessing my world, so we can just copy this and we can paste it over. That's able to access my world. Then we're doing health bar. Okay, that needs to be the title of health bar. Health bar has a capital B and a capital H for mine. Health bar equals my world, which is what I have it called here, dot get health bar. That allows me to access information from the health bar. Okay, and then now that you're able to access the information, we can just do health bar dot health plus plus. Oh, except you don't want to add health to it, so it should be minus minus. Switch that up. Okay, so now you can access both a variable, which we have done here, or you can access a method, which we have done in our projectile. In our projectile, we did add score method, and that was a plus plus. You can also simply just get your variable health, which is in your health bar, and minus minus that directly. Okay, so we have our health, and we don't have a method for it, but we just minus minus. Now, we need to add update to our act method, because just like in counter, that is going to change as we go. So now when our health goes down, we need to make sure that our image also goes down. Okay, so if we get hit, if it doesn't work, I need to remove health bar. This will hit us. Okay, I need to change something. So if everything seems to be working perfect, but for some reason it's not editing, this is your first check. Okay, looks like health bar is doing what it's supposed to do. Now I would need to check, is my health actually changing in my counter? My health is not changing. Okay, of course, I forgot to put it in the act method. That's the first thing I should have checked. Okay. Every single time. Okay, now we are going to need to make sure this happens only one time, because this will get us all the way down really fast. But our health bar does work. Okay, our health bar is working, so that's good to see. Now we just need to have it happen only once. So you guys should know how to do that, but I'll go over that really quick. If you've been following along, we've done that before. We need to create a Boolean hit rock equals false, because you have not hit a rock at the very beginning. So if hit rock is false, also, whoa, not $, hit rock equals false, minus minus, and we change hit rock equals true. Else if not is touching. That's an exclamation point right here. Okay, it's not a mistake. If you're not touching, all rocks dot class we're going to change hit rock equal false. Okay. Let's see how this works. Is it going to be okay? So one at a time. So one. Now we need to check to make sure if we break them up. Am I getting damaged by all of them? Yes, I am. So the last thing we need to do is say if health since I know that I can easily, the fastest way to access my health is by going into the health bar. I'm going to go in there and put my you lose method in my health bar. And it's going to say if health equals 0, I'm going to get world, because I'm going through my world API, dot add object new you lose, and I'm going to need to create a you lose screen, comma 375, comma 300. I believe is the center of my screen. And then do a greenfoot dot stop. And then I need to create a you lose actor. You lose, make sure it's spelled the exact same. Hopefully I can quickly import a you lose. That's a you win. I think I did lost. So the lost cover will pop up if I lose. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Okay, so let's get a bunch of little asteroids out here that can hurt me. And I need to put it in the act method. And make sure that this is not having problems. Okay. Let's add in a few more rocks for us here. Make this nice and fast. Put a few more projectiles in there. Break them up. Okay. That was pretty cool. Okay. Ooh. So our health inspect is less than 0. I don't know how it ran if I didn't have a semicolon there. So I'm just going to make it if it's less than or equal to. Okay. So I would need to do a you lose. I have the you lose work. I need to go back into my you win and say if counter equals 28. Add object and then also greenfoot dot stop so that it stops the world, so you can't lose and win. Okay, so now you have your full Asteroids game. Let's see if I can beat it. I'm trying to go fast here, so don't blame me if I can't. But you can always change the health settings. You can add in more asteroids. There you go. You win. So thanks for watching. Until next time.